how you deal with individual exercises in terms of ranges of motion and that kind of thing. And we'll use Stacy Albel as an example here. Just because of the work she's done with Charlie Hester and her experience, we've kind of gotten to a place where we realize, okay, having her do it, even a relatively safe lift like a hex bar off the ground isn't necessarily a good movement for her. It's too much flexion at her hips. She ends up hyperextending in her spine to make up for it. So instead of having her deadlift off the floor with a hex bar, we put her in a cage and have her do the rack deadlift, where we can control how deep she goes. At the end of the day, it's still a deadlift, but that's an individualization for Stacy specifically. Or the split squats. We use the boxes a lot as a target for people, but just here recently, Donna, we moved you to a 6-inch box because the split squat was bothering your knees, and that took a lot of the pressure out of it.
And with Stacy, she was a 16 to a 4, and I had moved her 16 to a 6, because she knew enough. She says, I'm feeling that, and I took it right away. She just feels good. And I also noticed that I used to step up, the step-ups are now in there. It used to be 16 inches, and I had to take it down to 14 last night. So my knees were just like, hurt. That was just like painful. Mm-hmm. But just that 2 inches made all the difference in the world. That I can carry the weight to do it. So I was like, fine. It's still a great step. Mm-hmm. I still felt it where I should. So I think a lot of people look at it sometimes like, oh, I'm going backwards. But you can't look at it as going backwards. You gotta look at it, what's going to strengthen you. You're doing the same movement, where not maybe as deep, but you're still getting the same build-up. You're still working on those muscles, getting strength in there if you can do it. But if you can't do it the other way, you're not going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, and what really is going backwards? Is going backwards saying, is it going to feel like a little bit of a concession? Maybe. But if you look at it in a big picture, and again, looking at it from a sustainability standpoint, if going at a 16-inch box hurts, and it inflames your knees to the point where you don't want to do it anymore, now we're looking at, you got two choices. You either look at not doing it at all, or doing it with this, this individual tweak. I'm going to take the individual tweak every time, because that means I'm still training it. Not doing it at all gives me no benefit. Doing it at least off of a 14-inch box gives me the ability to continue to train and progress. And if that means that I take a step back in order to take 2 steps forward, I'll do that. So to me, that's kind of a no-brainer. And I understand where some people would feel that, but you have to keep that big picture in mind. The fourth one, the variation. Variation, I think, kind of gets a little bit. I think it gets over-abused. And I'll be honest, I'm not really sure we understand completely how much variation is necessary. Because I've seen both ends of the spectrum work. And I've seen, you look at some of the elite level